Hello, Fleamsters. This is Untapped Libraries, the podcast where guests go into deep detail about their most special pile of magic cards. This is Neil.
This is Vinny, and we love talking to our guests, and we love that you have joined us here on the interwebs.
And we are in the middle of Spider-Man mania.
People
are going crazy for this set.
They're going bananas. You can't keep them in stock.
Pre-releases are over capacity.
Webheads are out in force.
I assume.
That's what I'm assuming too.
I'm guessing it's a huge hit.
Like Final Fantasy, but for Spider fans, but less video game or comic book.
I do really like the comic aesthetic of this set. It's really nice.
I've seen some of the cards that are like comic book covers. Yep. Those look really cool.
And the sagas are cool.
The sagas are cool. Yeah, having them look like comic panels, that's a good choice.
Yep. What have you been up to, Vinny?
I just finished sorting cards. I think the last that we were talked about previously.
Well, we talked about that previously. That aired two episodes ago.
Yeah, I've just finished.
Which was 2 weeks ago. And we recorded that, I think, a week or two before that.
Yeah. I don't do it like every day.
Wow. Okay.
But it was a lot of cards. I'm mostly done. I'm not 100% done, but I'm done enough.
Okay. I think a whole sort for me would take like 2 hours.
No, it was a lot of cards and they were all very messed up. But now I know where everything is. That's great. I'm very happy. And so now I can work on my 4-person cube.
Exciting. What's the theme of the cube? Can you tell us about it?
I found an Ether Drift Precon kind of like on discount, and I grabbed it, and it was the teamer one, the red, green, blue. And it's like a bunch of artifacts, thopters, energy. And I was like, oh, I'll make a commander deck out of this. And then I was like, I'm not quite inspired enough yet. Maybe I can take it for parts. We'll see. I'll leave it to the side. And then because we don't always get a full table for cube, I'm like, oh, I'll make a 4-person cube. And so I was like, what can I make it out of? I just need a few cards or a bunch of cards around a theme. And then I realized I had that precon. And so I said, if I use this precon, I'm like halfway to like a cube.
So it's like a 3-color cube.
It's a 3-color 4-person cube. So it's not meant to have like a zillion different themes.
Did you consider adding white or black to it?
I did not consider adding white or black to it. I really wanted to stick to those 3 colors.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so there's going to be a few themes. So I wanted to have at least like 4 or 5, maybe 6 different types of strains of ideas that exist. And it's just so you're not replaying the same decks over and over. But they all kind of work in the same way, just in the same way the commander deck does. So I think it'll be fun. It's my first time making a 4-person cube. That
sounds great, because it sounds like it's not going to be as overwhelming as having 5 colors.
10
combinations.
That's a lot.
You have how many combinations do you have in a 3-color deck?
In a 3-color deck, we have 3 colors, then the 3 2-color pairs, and then the monocolors. So that's 7. And then I guess colorless if an artifact.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, much simpler.
All right.
What are you up to?
I'm just painting.
Yeah.
So I have 3 decks that are painted. I'm working on a 4th, which is my Sharpie altered
and they're gorgeous
deck. And then my son, he borrowed my Darien deck, mono white Darien deck, and he's like, Dad, this deck is almost painted too. There's just like a half dozen basic lands that you need to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I actually somehow did not realize.
You were just painting them slowly, bit by bit.
Yeah, and so I realized I should just finish that. And then I will have 5 altar decks.
That's amazing.
Which is kind of bananas. So I don't know what I'm going to do next after this.
A 6th, probably.
Yeah, most likely. But I feel like I need to switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
But I need to...
Collage.
Oh, there is a technique. It's called a foil peel, where you soak a foil in water,
right?
And the printed layer, which is on a clear plastic sheet, literally comes off, and then you can like cut it up, re-glue it, do stuff like that. I have not really tried to do that before.
It sounds like I've given you a task.
Yeah.
If you want.
I think we should call in our guests.
Yeah, let's bring in our guests today. Today we have coming to us all the way from France, our lovely guest, EnkiBye. EnkiBye, thank you for joining us today.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me.
No problem. So you have brought the worst Goblin Belcher deck of all time.
Yeah, we saw you post this deck on Reddit, and it's exactly the kind of thing we love to highlight on our podcast. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it? Who's the commander?
The commander of the deck is Lumra. It's a pretty well-known card, played in almost all formats, but mostly played for its combo potential. Here, as you called, the worst Goblin Belcher, because it's all lands, 19 lands, and it's pretty limiting to play no spell in the deck. But for anyone who don't know Lumra, maybe we should.
Yeah, so I can read it
explain
out real quick. It's Lumra, Bellow of the Woods, 4 green. It's star because its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. It has vigilance, reach. It is a legendary creature, elemental bearer. And the key part to this, and why making a 99 land commander deck works, is that when Lumra enters, mill 4 cards, then return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And it's not just all the milled cards, it's just all the cards in your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So that's pretty potent.
So with any fetch land or any card that's self-mill, it can ramp a lot, like maybe sometimes 10 lands in one go. So it's pretty cool. It has some obvious limitation, like having a 6-mana commander and not being able to play ramp spells.
Right.
But, I can work with it. Of course, I play some ramp land like Ancient Tomb, maybe the best one, but there are a lot of very obscure land that give some mana advantage, like, I don't know, Mirror Landscape, let's ramp for a little bit, and some very, very bad lands like Hollow Tree. It's charge mana each turn, and you can enchant it, but only once, and it's extremely bad. But
it's from Fallen Empires. It just slowly builds up one counter per turn by not untapping it.
The other thing is, or you put it in your graveyard and then you get it back when you cast Lumra,
which
is pretty cool. There must be like a looping effect going on with
all the sacrificing lands.
Yeah, there are some land like Crystal Vein that is a bit well known. Just a land that I can sacrifice to add 2 colorless. It's super free in Lumra because it's 2 mana, and if Lumra resolve, I just get it back immediately. So
and it doesn't come into play tapped, which is sweet.
Yeah, and the 99 lands also has a big upside. Is I can mulligan almost. Almost two cards.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, that's because true. You can mulligan
I
to
know
one.
I will draw lands, so I often mulligan to 3 cards, get two ramp lands. Lumra turn 4, and turn 4 I get Lumra. It's often 8/8 or 10/10, and it's pretty good. It's not like game breaking, but it's good, and at least 4 cards. And if it gets removed or if I sacrifice it,
you've already ramped.
Yeah,
of course.
I actually noticed going through your deck list, you have so many lands that sacrifice creatures. Which was very unintuitive at first. I was like, that's weird. You only play 1 creature in the deck. But the way Lumra works, you'll get at least 4 lands every time you cast it. No matter what, you're always paying your command tax. So you could just, I assume, play Lumra, sack it,
play it again. And you always coming out ahead.
Yeah, exactly. In the first version of the deck, I only put the best sacrifice land. And sometimes I play Lumra, I have no sacrifice land, and I have just a 10/10 that has no evasion because she does not trample, and I can't do anything with it. So I did add all the lands that I could find, even the very bad one like Save Haven. It's just 2 mana to exile Lumra and send it back to the command zone, and that's all. The land has other text, but it's mostly irrelevant. And it's just good to be able to pay 2 mana to sacrifice Lumra and replay it. I have the mana to replay it even with 2 mana. And it allowed me to I was able to say redraw 4 cards, but remill 4 cards.
Yes.
And
that's
continue.
Pretty great. What kind of like provoked this idea of building this deck?
Weirdly enough, it came from NZ, a commander from New Capena. I bought the precon when it came out, and I saw some people played with the companion Ureni.
Yes.
Umori. That's
Umori the collector.
Umori the collector. That's its only creatures on land. And it was fun. I built it like this, and after that, I built a Marina deck. It's an enchantment deck, and I wanted to build only enchantments. So only enchantments and lands. And it was pretty cool because Marina has an upside if you play a lot of enchantments. But in the decks, I had 2 types of cards, and that was too much. So I thought to myself, what if I could play only lands? And at this time, Lumra came out only a few months ago. So I built it. And also, another reason is I wanted to play a pet card of mine that's in the deck. It's Tower of the Magistrate. It's a very obscure card and old card that gives protection from artifacts to a creature. And I just love this card. I wanted to play it from a long time ago. It's not incredibly good, but when it's good because I can give protection to Lumra to not be blocked by creature artifacts. But mainly it's here to remove equipments, because I give protection from artifact to a creature, and it removes all equipments from it.
Of course, yes. Yeah. It doesn't say creature you control, so you can
that's really cool.
point it at the other players.
So yeah, it's a pet card, but it's very funny to use.
Okay, so honest question. I feel like if you were really building this deck to be as powerful as possible, you would put in a few other things other than lands. There's a bit of a meme aspect to this deck, not to be disparaging of it, but it does look like it is a deck that can definitely cause problems for people. I can imagine using one of the lands that makes target creature unblockable, and boom, you're taking like 17 damage to the face. How does this deck win, if it wins?
Well, there are 2 ways to win. The first is just hitting for 21 with Lumra. And you just said hitting for 17, but I don't hit for 17. Lumra just grow extremely big, extremely fast, and I almost always one-shot people when I do.
Oh.
And so you have stuff like Rogue's Passage in there, just like can't be blocked, boom, here's 21.
Or you say stuff like Rogue's Passage, but there are not many stuff like Rogue's Passage.
Right.
There is Rogue's Passage. I have 2 other lands that give small evasion. There is one that say target creature can block, and that's all. Right. So it's not very good with white boards. And there is another one from a Spider-Man that give menace. And it's also very good, but not enough versus white boards. So Rogue's Passage is the all-star, of course. But since I'm all lands, I don't have many tutors. There is 1 tutor land, and that's all.
Cave,
so,
I imagine.
The cave.
Yeah, the card that goes in every deck, I think.
Yeah, it's very good. But since Lumra mill a lot, I can often have half my deck, or maybe sometimes all my deck in play. So it's sometimes easy to find a good land.
Wait, you can get all of your deck into play?
Yeah.
You've had 99 lands out at the same time?
Yeah, it's happened.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. Can you walk us through how that happens?
I play Lumra, get it killed, or sometimes sacrifice it, and replay it. And normally I would die to mill, of course. But I have 1 land that is used to survive mill usually. It's Ominous Cemetery from Doctor Who. It's a land that produces colorless, or for 5 mana, I shuffle target creature into its owner's library.
Into the library.
So usually it's a removal, but I've used it on Lumra to shuffle it and draw it back to not die to mill. And I have 1 land that gives haste in my deck.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So I can survive mill 1 turn, maybe 2 or 3 if I copy the cemetery.
Right.
And with haste, give it unblockable since I have all my library in play.
All your land.
And kill someone. It's
and 99 power.
Yeah. It's
wow,
very
that's
rare,
really cool.
But it has happened like 2 or 3 times. And it's pretty fun to pull out.
That's really cool.
That's got to be a way to be like, well, I guess I got killed by 99 land creature.
Yeah.
And so what are some of the lands that like you're like, oh, maybe I could put this in, maybe not? Like, what are the lands that didn't quite make the cut?
So you mentioned the power level earlier. I have a few lands that I did not include because I am for bracket 3. I have 3 lands in mind that I did not include because they were either too powerful or too annoying to play against. The first one is pretty well known. It's Glacial Chasm. It's a game changer.
Yeah.
I have only 2 game changer currently, so I could theoretically put it in the deck, but I did not include because I just hate this card.
Yeah.
I think these cards make games just not fun. I sit behind the chasm, sacrifice it, reanimate it, and just too annoying.
For people who don't know what it is, it's basically you can't take damage, and then it's cumulative upkeep, sacrifice a land?
No, when it enters, you have to sacrifice a land, and cumulative upkeep, pay 2 life, so it's 2 life and 4,
that's it. Okay,
then 6.
that's it.
And also it has your creature can't attack. So with Lumra, I could play it, and my upkeep sacrifice it, attack with Lumra, sacrifice Lumra, play Lumra, get cast back.
Right.
And so it's just...
There is a loop there, right?
I wouldn't actually be that upset about it just because of the restrictions that you're under.
But it does make the game pretty unfun.
It's make the game pretty unfun, and I already have some complaints sometime when I get some good openings. My opponent do complain sometime about the deck.
Right. So like when you play this and people are like, oh, this is too broken, but you've got like only lands in there.
The direction are very polarized because some people are complaining, but others are like, oh, this is cool even when I have a good opening. Like you're really playing 99 lands. That's cool. But I do agree. When I mill Field of the Dead early, it can be a bit... Field of Dead is the other game changer of the deck. And I
the other
agree.
win condition, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's the plan B when there is a lot of removal, just flooding the board with zombie. And everyone has played against it at some point. With Lumra, I make 30 or 50 zombie very easily. And it can be a bit crazy. I have the thought of removing it.
As just really quickly for people who don't know it, Field of the Dead is a land. It comes into play tapped. It taps for colors, but the important part is that it basically has landfall, including itself. So when it or another land enters, if you control 7 or more lands with different names, pretty easy to do, you create a 2/2 black zombie. And so every time Lumra's whipping in like a zillion lands from here, you're just making that many 2/2 black zombies. That's pretty crazy.
The crazy part is when it enter at the same time as other lands, they all see each other and immediately make a lot of zombies.
Right.
Oh, that's so cool. I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't even be mad. I'd just be like, well done. That's really
because
cool.
you also have Vesuva in here, which copies a land, so you could stack it.
I have 3 copy lands. I have Vesuva, Thespian Stage, and Echoing Deeps. Echoing Deeps is pretty cool because it has a weird ruling. When it enters, it copies a land from the graveyard. But since timing is a bit weird in Magic, if it enters at the same time as other land from the graveyard, like from Lumra, it can copy a land that was in the graveyard.
What? Oh
wow,
interesting.
So for example, if I mill Echoing Deeps and the Field of the Dead at the same time, I reanimate both, and Echoing Deeps can enter as a Field of the Dead and make zombie.
Wow.
That's so cool. I would not have guessed it would work that way.
I didn't know it, but it's an interaction that is used in Modern, I think. So it's really weird, but really cool.
I just noticed the Dryad Arbor, so you do actually have one extra creature.
Yeah, I did not include it at first, but it's useful when someone sacrifices a creature and I have a fetch land in play. I just can sacrifice Dryad Arbor. It's the only use.
Amazing.
But it's
we also have some like funky lands in here, like Diamond Valley, which you don't see very often.
Yeah, it's part of the sacrifice package, and it's pretty crazy. It's also part of the 3 lands that can give me life. It's also one of the salty cards because Diamond Valley, for anyone who don't know it, it's a land that does not produce mana, but you can tap it to sacrifice a creature and gain life equal to its toughness. So I just sacrifice Lumra, gain 1 life per land I control, basically, and replay it. But since I often have like 20 or 50 lands, I can gain 20 or 50 life per turn.
Right.
And for some decks, it's just I just can't keep up with that.
That's wild.
That's so cool. I also notice in other lands that don't tap for mana, you also have Arena.
Yeah.
which you pay 3, tap, target creature you control and target creature of an opponent's choice fight each other, which is interesting. I guess you kill one creature that your opponent chooses.
Yeah, it's not incredibly good, but within the lands restriction, I play what I can.
You take what you can get.
And it's pretty cool with Lumra because first, the creature doesn't need to be untapped. So I can use Arena even if Lumra is already tapped.
Because the tap is part of the effect, not part of the cost.
Yeah, so I can use Arena multiple times a turn if I untap it or if I copy it. So first, this is cool. And I can attack with Lumra. She has Vigilance. And if my opponent only has one blocker, I can attack and before blocks, use Arena to force the fight with the blocker. And they have no blocker after that.
Amazing.
Earlier, you mentioned that I could add some cards, some non-lands, like, for example, the Zoran Orb, to make the deck better. I had this commentary before. And first, I'll say even adding one card break the fun build of 99.
Of course, I wouldn't. I mean, I would never.
And for anyone who doesn't know, it's played in the CDH. It has some pretty cool combos. The deck is even called the Cocaine Bear. I find it pretty funny. And I think even adding Amulet of Vigor that lets your land enter untapped just allow a lot of combos, but it would not be 99 lands anymore.
Right.
Spelunking, anything that lets lands enter.
Untapped,
That would be,
But that's part of the charm of this deck is that there's 99 lands. You don't see that very often. It's great.
It's also not a budget deck. It's got a lot of pretty pricey cards.
Yeah, the card that we spoke earlier, Diamond Valley, is extremely expensive. It's like $500, I think, because it's on the reserve list. And it's almost no play, but only because of reserve list is expensive. But there are some cards like, obviously, the fetch lands that are very good with Lumra because you fetch, and you reanimate the fetch. It's kind of expensive.
I know you're playing all 5 of the green half of the fetch lands?
All 4, yes.
Wait, how many? 4, right, 4.
I play those, obviously, but I also play some bad fetch lands, like
the tap one.
Any land that enter tapped, then fetch, the Panorama, even Ghost Carter. Ghost Carter is a land that you can use on an opponent's land to remove it, but also on my land to remove it and search for a land. So it's pretty cool.
And so you do have some basic lands in here.
Yeah, and it's been hard to limit myself from removing them. I've stopped at 15 basics because I need some basics for fetch lands, mainly.
Right.
I also have one of my lands that puts a basic into play from my hand. It's a Terrain Generator.
That's like a pet card of mine. I love that card.
It's pretty cool. But you do need a good amount of basics to make it work. So I don't want to go below 15 basics.
Right. And you have 12 snow-covered forest and 3 forest.
Yeah.
Because you do have some snow stuff.
Yeah, I have one snow card. It's a removal. It's Mouse of Ronon. It needs no mana and it's sacrificed to deal 4 damage to a creature. It's a recurring removal. Not a great removal because 6 mana to deal 4 damage. It's not great, but hey, it's a land. I can do it every turn. It's cool. But yeah, the splits between Snowland and non-Snowland is for Field of the Dead, because Field of the Dead care about the name of the land. And a snow forest and regular forest don't have the same name.
Okay.
99% of the time, I could run only Snowlands because with Lumra, I ramp a lot. But once every 100 game, I get Lumra countered, and I need to play Field of the Dead regularly, and if I have different, namely basics, it's cool.
Right. That's good. And do you have a particular art? Because seeing as this is a land deck, like, is there a specific art of the forest or the snow-covered forest that you have chosen?
For the arts of the lands, not only the forests, but all the lands, I try to have the art that is the most recognizable for everyone, because the deck has one issue is readability. For me, not so much because I know the deck, but for my opponents, I don't want my opponents to feel cheated back because they don't see my board.
They don't recognize the land, right?
And when I have 70 cards on board, it can be a bit weird.
You have to find the right one.
I play a lot online, so I try to separate my mana land and my utility land on board online. But when I play on paper, I announce when I have a new land that ends up play. I do something like the most important is a Rock Passage that gives Lumra unblockable. And when it's play, I say, okay, next turn I can one-shot someone. If I have a removal, I announce it to let my opponents know what I have in play without having to look everything.
Of course. I like it. And so which lands have you chosen for the forests? You have a lot of choice.
Okay, I'll tell you because I have it. It is the Cold Snap Forest.
Cold Snap Forest.
Yeah, it's the Cold Snap Forest for the snow-covered one. And for the regular one...
I would probably pick for the basic forest. I think my favorite forests are the unglued full art lands. Those are beautiful.
I don't remember which one exactly, but it was from Innistrad. I remember Innistrad having very, very nice forest.
The Innistrad has these amazing black and white lands.
Black and white ones?
They look really nice.
I personally really dislike the black and white lands because...
They don't look like forest. Yeah, they all look the same too.
But it's a monochrome deck. It's fine.
Yeah, I agree though. Yeah, you want them to look like... one of my favorite lands to use, I have a bunch of revised basics. And those are very clear, recognizable lands.
So I could guess, but what are the problems that this deck has?
There are a lot, unsurprisingly. One of the funniest is having an opponent play Italy. Because it exile my whole deck. Because it search a non-land card, and I have only land.
And the rest are exiled? They don't go back on your deck?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a good thing. It don't happen very often. There are a couple cards like that, even less played than Italy, like Tasha's Idul Slaughter.
That's your whole deck's gone.
That's the middle.
Because my whole mana value is 0. And there are Plark and Massali. I think, but it's almost like Italy, but only in the upkeep, so I could remove it before it trigger. So this is the first problem, obviously. But it don't happen very often. What happens a bit more often is playing against a fast deck. Sometimes, even in bracket 3, deck just kill the table like turn 6. It's not super often, but it happens. Like, for example, if someone has a Soaring plus Signet, they just pop off and they kill everyone.
Like the first 3-4 turns are just like land, cycle, pass.
Yeah. I don't do much. I very, very rarely get Lumra turn 3, but it's very rare. It's most of the time turn 4 and sometimes turn 5, because if I play first, I allow myself to keep a hand that play Lumra turn 5 if it's a good hand, like if it has a Field of the Dead or a good sacrifice land, I could allow myself to not mulligan anymore. But an aggro deck, like, I don't know, a mono white aggro that just attack, if I'm their target. But if I'm the target of the aggro deck, I just feel nice because my deck can become pretty unstoppable. They don't kill me first. So I think I cannot deserve it to be attacked.
Right. That's where you're vulnerable. It's kind of the only chance people usually have.
But it's a RAM deck. Any RAM deck just do some stupid stuff later on the game.
Right. Now, I also just noticed you have Sequestered Stash in here, which is just, it taps for a colorless, and then for 4 taps, sacrifice it. You put the top 5 cards of your library in graveyard, and you can put an artifact from your graveyard on top of your library. That's just to get more lands in your graveyard.
Yes? This one, I discovered it pretty late, and it's been so good because for 4 mana, just mill 5, and it's more than double the number of cards I mill, and also it's instant speed, which may not be relevant, but it is, because I have 2 lands in the deck that allow me to play Lumra at instant speed. And it's been so good after board wipe or after removal, just replay Lumra just before my turn. Lumra, mill, pop a bunch of zombies, and I end up and kill someone.
And all your opponents have their guard down because they just got board wiped.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Ooh, you could also put in the artifact land, the green one, and then prevent yourself from a mill that way too.
Or Darksteel Citadel too.
Or Darksteel Citadel.
This one.
Because it put the land back on top.
On top of your library.
Oh, that's a great way, because my way to avoid dying by mill, it's not unlimited, it's a one-time use. This one doesn't exile. So I could continue surviving forever. Yes. Because I don't have any use apart from that to an artifact land, but this could be cool. I think I like it.
Yeah.
Just for that.
Nice. There's so many fun lands that you would never there's cards like Shire Terrace, who's you sacrifice it, search for a library, cards that I've never seen. We have both of the terrible Fallen Empires land. It's amazing to find a deck has both Lotus Veil and Lotus Field. These are cards you very rarely see all in the same deck, and I love that you found a deck where they all happily sit in.
It's fun because you said there are a lot of land redundancy, but one cool thing about being limited like that is I can just go on Skyfall and look all the green lands, and there are not that much, 500 lands. It took me half an hour to just look all the land that I could play in the deck. And I know almost all the possible cards that could go in my deck.
Of course.
Are there any cards that you still want to get for the deck, or does it feel like it's pretty much done until new things get printed?
So I play mostly online. So when a new card release, I just add it. What I like with this kind of deck is, since it's lands, there will be new cards that I will add to the deck. So a lot. For example, a card that was revealed a few days ago is Chocobo Encampment. It's a land from Final Fantasy. It creates the 2/2 Chocobo that grow when I have a land that enter. So I could make tokens of that, play Lumra, so they become very big, and I attack with them. I think I will put it in the deck.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. It's from
the new Final Fantasy.
The holiday one?
Yeah,
the holiday thing.
I kind of have a anti-green thing. I just find green not that interesting. But this is the best green deck I think I've ever seen. This
is right up Neil's alley for sure.
Oh my gosh, I love this deck. It's so cool. It's so clever.
It's very unique, and that's really caught both our eyes.
It's fun to play, but also it's super, super satisfying to play because it dodges a lot of what my opponents are doing. For example, sometimes I play against a mill deck, I'm super happy. If I play against a discard deck, I'm super happy too. If I play against a removal heavy deck, I'm not very bothered at all. If someone play Grave Pact, I'm just I will just find Field of the Dead, I'm fine.
Yeah. Because you always are getting out ahead in lands. You're always netting 4 lands every time you cast Lumra.
Yeah.
So you want Lumra to die, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you want to cast it every turn.
Yeah. Also, it's not very intuitive to play against it. A lot of time, opponents just play removal on Lumra on their turn.
Yeah.
Even when I'm not attacking them, even when I was about to sacrifice it, and I'm like, okay, but you just wasted a removal that could have saved your life because I have almost no protection in the deck. So instant speed removal is super good against me, but opponents don't really use them as much as they should.
Right, so a Swords to Plowshare is just gaining you 35 life. You're like, all right, great.
Yeah, but Diamond Valley too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're
doing the work. They're doing the work for you.
Yeah.
Would the new Capenna fetch lands go in this deck?
Oh, they could be very good. So for anyone who doesn't know, there are fetch lands that automatically sacrifice and get a land. So it's cool because when I reanimate them with Lumra, they automatically sacrifice, and the following turns I have them. The issue is on most games, I have all my basics in play.
Okay.
That's why I play Bossage Drew on Urdog, because my fetch don't have nothing more to get. And since the new Capena fetch lands automatically sacrifice, they become sacrifice automatically. I don't have the choice to keep them in play. So it's a bit useless.
Oh, I see. So if you don't have anything to get, they just come in.
They just go and leave immediately, and they
opposite
do nothing.
To a regular fetch land that stay in play, and I can tap them with Javimaya or Urborg to get mana.
Right.
Another thing I noticed in this deck, I noticed Mirror Pool, which you can copy an instant or sorcery spell, which isn't that good. But you can pay 4, tap, and create a token that's a copy of target creature, which is going to be Lumra, which will die to the legend rule, but you still get the ETB. And
this is one of the best way to blink Lumra, because when I sacrifice it and replay it, it's kind of blink for 10 mana. But here it's not only it's only 6 mana, but it's also instant speed. It has the weakness to being weak to removal. If someone remove it in response, I'm a bit screwed, but it's one of the best. Also, I have pretty similar Endless Sand. It's a land that for colorless. For 2 mana, I can exile a creature I own, and for 4 mana, I can sacrifice it and return the creature in play. So I can exile Lumra, untap it with the Deserted Temple, and sacrifice it immediately. So for 9 or 10 mana, I blink Lumra.
And then Endless Sands goes in the graveyard, but then it comes right back?
Yeah, it comes right back.
I'm not sure how the timing works on that.
It does come right back. Same as Mirror Pool that sacrifice for its activation, because the sacrifice is part of the cost.
Yeah, so it's already in the graveyard and it comes right back.
There are some nice tricks with Deserted Temple. Deserted Temple is a land that makes colorless, but it can also untap another land. It's the land that I copy the most, because it can...
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because having 1 or 2 extra Deserted Temple in play allow for some really nice tricks. For example, Urza's Cave, the only tutor, it tutor a land in play tapped, so I can untap it immediately.
Right. It's basically an Amulet of Vigor in this deck.
Yeah, but only once for 1 land.
One at a time, of course.
but yeah, so tutoring a Rock's Passage, untapping and hitting face, or tutoring the land that give haste, untapping it, giving haste. There is a super cool trick also with Blast Zone. Blast Zone, that's a land that enter with a counter on it. I can pay mana to add counter, or sacrifice it to blow everything that costs exactly the same as the number of counter. So
and you can do it all in the same turn.
Not only I could do all on the same turn, but it has a downside. It's enter with a counter on it, so I cannot blow the tokens.
Okay.
But I have a land Thespian Stage. Thespian Stage tap to copy another land. I can copy Blast Zone, then untap it. It has 0 counter, and then I can sacrifice it to blow all token in play.
Right.
It's a cool trick that I use against token player. It's pretty cool.
So it's so neat to see this deck have board wipes and like all these things that you think your deck needs, and you're doing it all through lands.
Yeah, it has blink, it has board wipes, it has ramp.
Yeah, it has tutors.
Unblockable,
It has mill.
Pretty fun stuff.
And since I play in bracket 3, there is no massland removal.
Right.
This has been, if I can complain, from my
you don't want to
opponents.
see back to basics.
Yeah, I don't want to see even Blood Moon could be pretty deadly. And sometimes opponents are complaining that they can't play massland removal in bracket 3. But I've tried the deck in bracket 4, and it's not very good. I'm already pretty happy to be able to play bracket 3 with as a respell deck. So no, bracket 4 is too fast, too much interaction, too much combo.
I guess counter spell is probably the worst thing that could happen to Lumra, because you don't get the ETB.
Yeah, while I was talking about weakness, counter spell on Lumra is extremely hard to manage, because mainly on the first Lumra, because sometimes I have to sacrifice a land to cast Lumra.
Just to get it.
And if it's countered, I'm just out of the game. So sometimes
Right.
I wait for the blue player to tap out, even if I need to wait one turn to get it.
Right.
You have Cavern of Souls,
Yeah.
which will do it.
When I mulligan, if I see there is a blue player, I try to get Cavern of Souls, or maybe the land that's allowed to play Flash, so I can play Lumra while they are tapped out. But it's one of the weaknesses. But in bracket 3, counter spell are not too common.
Very cool.
I love this deck, honestly. It's really speaking to me. I kind of wish I had a copy of this deck. I've been really into monocolor decks lately, and I've made all the colors except green because just nothing in green has spoken to me. But
Maybe
this is it. Maybe, this is really
maybe
cool.
I'm going to be facing some Lumra in my future. Are there any games that kind of particularly stand out in your memory? With
the game where I get milled out and the opponent just pass the turn without casting any spell because they think I'm dead, and I put Lumra in my deck, cast it with haste, and kill them is just super cool.
Yeah, people can underestimate and not read what's exactly about to happen.
Wait, sorry, how do you put it in your deck?
It was with the removal
With
land, the cemetery.
The land,
cemetery.
the land that puts it back on the top of the library.
Yeah, okay.
But now with your trick, I can put an artifact back in my deck. Thanks to you. Even better.
Yeah, I'm shocked how much depth there is in this
deck.
There's
a lot to go on.
I sort of was like, oh, this might be a quick episode. Here's this little meme deck, and it's like, this is a serious deck. It's really well thought through. It can do a lot. It's obvious you've played it quite a lot. It seems very flexible, and it's like a work of art.
Beautiful.
Yeah, well, also when I built it at first, I did not expect it to be that good. I built it as a meme deck, and when I tried it, I was like, "Wait, that's a real deck. It can do, stuff."
It can do a lot of stuff.
I had one card that I discovered. It's super weird. It's a Mariposa military base. It's a land that gives me radiation.
Never heard of that.
That's from the Fallout.
Yeah,
set.
it's from Fallout. It's a land that gives me 2 radiation counter. And radiation, after you draw, you mill 1 card for each radiation counter. And for each non-land card, you lose 1 life and 1 radiation. But usually, you don't keep your radiation counter. But since
you always have those
land,
2.
So you're always milling.
Yeah. So if I play this turn 1, by turn 4, I have 8 land for free in my graveyard.
This is a deck that really upends your expectations. Like, card draw isn't really that great because you're not able to play more than 1 land at a time usually. It's a deck where Gaia's Cradle would probably be strictly worse than a basic forest, which is probably the only green deck in history that's the case.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit of a shame because I do own Gaia's Cradle in my collection, but I can't play it.
Yeah.
Pointless in this deck.
Yeah, it's funny because you did analyze that draw are not very good. In the first version of the deck, I did put a bunch of lands that drew me cards, and after a few games, I was like, "But yeah, I drew a card, but what am I gonna do with them? I can't play them."
My first thought was stuff like War Room.
Right.
Yeah.
Things that are just like
Exactly.
Card draw.
Mill is your draw. Mill is your draw.
Yeah.
Mill is a better draw because it goes into play.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate it. This is such a creative, wonderful deck. We're really happy that you were able to share it with us today.
Thank you, Dan. That was really cool to talk about it with you.
Wonderful. Wow, yeah. EnkiBye, all the way from France, coming to talk to us here on Untapped Libraries. That was a really cool deck. I saw it, like, you sent it to me, like, here's this deck, 99 lands. I looked at it, I'm like, that's really cool, that's really interesting. But you're right, like, I intentionally didn't look at it too deeply because I knew we'd have EnkiBye on the podcast. And now that we've gone into it, I'm like, this is really interesting and a really fascinating way to build a deck.
This is a real deck. It's not just a meme.
No, it really is. It does a lot of stuff.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. I guess that's it for today's episode.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
You can find us on Blue Sky and YouTube as Untapped Libraries, as well as Moxfield, where all of our guests' deck lists are available. Our music is by Sparkling Water, and you can find all of their music wherever you get your streams. Untapped Libraries is a proud part of the Podcavern Network, found at podcavern.com. If you have any questions, comments, or extra basic lands, you can reach us at untappedlibraries@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and keep building.
What's going on? We are Pull the Plug Podcast with myself, Mrs. Godzilla.
And me, Justin G.
Myself, Justin Briner.
And me, Sarah M.
Pull the Plug Podcast, it's a place where music fans, pop culture nerds, and people who love dick jokes come together each week.
A place of worship, if you will.
Check us out at ptppodcast.com for all your dick needs.